everybody, welcome to Smart Talk. I'm Nihaful. Today I will teach you about the comparison between adjectives. Okay, so I explain you about what is the difference between comparison of adjectives. So here I write comparison of adjective. So comparison of adjective is what there are many type of adjectives in that English pronunciation, so that we just have to define that what kind of adjective is that. So here I write there are three degrees of adjectives. Okay, so there are basically 3 degrees of adjectives, for second and third. So first degree, second and third. Okay, so there are basically 3 degrees of adjectives. Very first is first degree, second degree, and at the last third degree. Okay, so I write here from positive form. So positive form is also known as first degree. For example, here I write rich or poor, hard, boys, and at the last young. So here I write positive form. It means it is also known as first degree. Okay, so here I write comparison of adjectives which are of 3 degrees. So very first I write here positive degree, which is also referred to as first degree. So here I write rich, poor, hard, wise, and young. So it is counted as what? It is counted as positive form. Okay, so now I explain you something else, which is when we're comparing two peoples. Okay, so here I write when you compare two peoples, and I added here things. So this is about the comparison between two people and things. Okay, so here I write use the which form, use the comparative form. Okay, so now you just have to use comparative form to compare two peoples and things. Clear that? So now of the adjective. Okay, so this is about an adjective. So here I write when you compare two people and things, it means that use the comparative form of the adjective. Okay, so I just added here lots of comparative adjectives and in er. So I write here lots of comparative adjectives. Okay, so lots of comparative adjectives and in er. So we have to recognize, we have to check whether here is ending is er or not. So now I explain you about these are known as second degree. Okay, so for example, I write here the second form of rich, which is rich and ends from what? Ends from er. So I just add here er. Okay, so now I write here poor, and what is its ending? Its ending is er. So now I just add here er. So what is the next? The next is about hard. So harder, wise, wiser, and at the last younger. So here I write when you just compare two peoples, okay, two peoples and things, use the comparative form of the adjectives. Okay, lots of comparative adjectives end in what? This is very special to understand that this is about comparative form that belongs to er, that ends to er. These are known as what? These are known as second degree. In the first degree I write rich, poor, hard, wise, and young. But now I write richer, poorer, harder, wiser, and younger. Why? Because this ends from er. It ends to er. So I just added here rich plus er, that stands for richer. So this is about the comparison between two peoples by using comparative form, that is counted as second form. Okay, second degree. So now what is the next? The next is about third degree. So the third degree is also referred to as superlative degree. So the last is when you use superlative degree. Use the superlative form of an adjective. Okay, so this is about use the superlative form of an adjective. Why? Because it is this is for comparative. So here I write adjective by using to compare. I added here compare. So to compare three or more nouns. So use the superlative form of an adjective only to compare three or more nouns. Okay, not about two person or things. This is about three or more nouns. So write here lots of superlatives and in est. Okay, so here I write lot of superlatives and in est. So I write here the third superlative form, which is about rich, poor, hard. What is the next? The next is about voice, and at the last I write here young. Okay, so what is the exact answer which I write here? So I write here richest. Okay, now poorest. So here I write hardest and wisest and youngest. So why I use this type of est form? Because when we're talking about superlative degree, superlative form of an adjective to compare more than three persons, more than three nouns, then we use comparison of adjective by using superlative form, and we can remember that lots of superlatives end in what? And in est. Okay, so I write here rich equals to richest. So we can recognize that this is the third degree. So it ends from what? It ends from est. So in every situation when we write superlative and third degree order, then I must write here est with the noun poorest. So the exact is rich is at the first position, which is about first degree, and second is richer, and third is richest. So this is the comparison of adjectives, first degree, second and third. So now explain you about adjective endings. Okay, so here I write about adjective endings. We can recognize it from here. Adjective have different endings. We can recognize it from less or in, full. So these are the endings. Adjective have different endings, but here I explain you about less or full. So just look here, I write an adjective that ends in less is the opposite. Okay, so it is the opposite of the same adjective that ends in full. So an adjective that ends in less is the opposite of same adjective that ends in full. So here I just write if I write here careful. So what is the opposite of careful? It is careless. Okay, so now I write here useful. It stands for useless in the opposite form. So this is about opposite form. Now I write here colorful. When we're talking about a colorful thing, then what is the exact opposite of it? It is colorless. Okay, so at the end I just end it with harmful. That stands for harmless. Okay, so this is about the adjective endings, and here I utilize full and less. When we're talking about careful, then what is the exact opposite of careful? It is careless. Okay, so I hope you understand all these facts very clearly. I think it is sufficient for today, so I will meet you in the next topic with these remaining topics. Okay, so goodbye for the time. You just take.